A very good morning, everyone. So, welcome again. We were discussing chapter number 3 of geography, and the name was Our Changing Earth. So, we were discussing the chapter Our Changing Earth and how, with the help of lithospheric plates and the endogenic and the exogenic forces, the changes occurs on the Earth's surface. So, what we have studied earlier? We have studied earlier about the lithospheric plates and the earth movements. And what we will study today? We will study today the changes in the earth's surface, volcano, earthquake, and the waterfall. So, we'll start as we were studying the our changing earth. In the previous video we have studied that due to the lithospheric plates and the endogenic and the exogenic forces, the changes occurs in the earth's surface. So first comes the volcano. So volcano is a vent or the opening in the earth crust through which the molten magma material erupts suddenly. So, what is a volcano? It is normally called a vent or an opening. Opening in the earth crust. As we know that the molten magma it lies in the core of the earth, and at that time the temperature and the pressure of the molten magma is very high. So when there is opening in the earth crust, so the molten magma, the elements of the molten magma, it erupts suddenly and it comes out on the earth's surface. And as we have studied in the previous chapter, when the molten magma it comes out from the earth crust and it cools down, it changes into the rocks. Second comes earthquake. An earthquake is a sudden tremor or the movement of the earthquake. So, what is an earthquake? It's a sudden tremor or the movement of the earth crust and which originates naturally. It originates naturally. So, if it originates naturally, so what cause? That means the natural factors are there? No. But when the lithospheric plates they move, as we have studied that the lithospheric plates they move, and when they move the surface of the earth vibrates. Due to the movements of the lithospheric plates the surface of the earth vibrates, and these vibrations travel all around the earth, and these vibrations which this travel all around the earth, these are called the earthquake. So the sudden shaking of the earth or the vibrations of that travel all around the earth is called the earthquake. And for the earthquake, the endogenic forces are responsible, as the endogenic forces they occurs in the earth on below the earth's surface, and just because of these forces the plates moves, and because the lithospheric plates move, as we have studied, the earthquake occurs. And in the for the movement of the lithospheric plates the endogenic forces are responsible. And how we will measure the earth movements or the earthquake? With the help of seismometer and the seismograph. Earthquake, as we have studied, the two main points are there, the focus and the epicenter. The focus, it is the point of the origin of the earthquake. So focus is the point where the earthquake originates, or where the where the earthquake starts. As it is below the earth's surface, so we cannot see, and the sudden movement is there. So sudden movement below, movement in the earth crust occurs just because of the focus, and the focus is the point where the earthquake occurs. So above the focus is the point epicenter. So above the focus is the that lies on the earth's surface, that is called the epicenter. So the place on the surface above the focus is called the epicenters, and the vibration which travels outwards from the epicenters, they are called as waves. So these are some vibrations, as we have studied, because of the earthquake they travel all around the earth. These are known as the waves. And these concentrating shock waves they generated from this point determines the extent of the damage caused. So the concentrating shock waves these are generated from this point. It determines that how much damage is caused due to the earthquake. Since the focus point it is deep below, it is deep below this surface, so it is difficult to show it on the map. Now we will study about the work of a river. As we have studied, the three courses of the river are there: the upper course, the middle course, and the lower course. So firstly we'll study about the waterfall. What is a waterfall? As we know that the river passes over the softer rock and it is able to erode it at a faster rate. So as we know, the river, it passes from the upper course when it goes to the lower course and it drains into the ocean or the sea, it is passing. So when it passes through the softer rock, it is able to erode, it at a faster rate. And when it erode it at a very faster rate, it forms a step. It forms like a step. Above the harder rock is there and below is the softer rock. So it can erode easily, it easily erodes the softer rock and it forms a step in the river. So as we have studied, the softer rocks was eroded and the step was formed. So this force of hydraulic action, the hydraulic action is, it is known as the movement of the river, the movement of the waves and the movement of the water. So the force of hydraulic action does two things. As the river, it is flowing in the force. So as the waves, they are coming in the force, it does the two actions. First thing, further erosion makes the plunge pull. Plunge pool is called as the deep basin. Like the water, it drains into the plunge pool. The plunge pool, it is known as the deep basin. It is deep basin and it is situated at the foot of the waterfall and notch bigger over time. So what is a notch? A notch is a cut. So as we know, it erodes the softened rock. So the notch, the cut, it extended over the time. And as the notch grows, as the cut grows, the cut from the river passing, the cut in the softer rocks, as the river, the flow of the river was there, eventually there is not enough support under the harder rock. As before the cut, in the support of the softer rock was there, for, under the harder rock. But as the notch grows, as the cut grows, there is no enough support is there for below the harder rock. So what happens, the water directly collapse into the plunge pool, directly collapse into the basin which is situated in the foot of the which is situated at the foot. So the now what happened, the water directly collapsed into the plunge pool. So the next we will study in the next video, and today we have studied about the volcanoes, about the earthquakes, and about the waterfall.